numbers for Cameron Johnson.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Mikal Bridges is a big part of the Suns' growth into a powerhouse. Coach Monty Williams said of his two-way swing man, I believe he has every intangible, talent and quality to be a glue guy in that starting lineup. Mikal has an edge to him. Guys respect the heck out of him because he competes every day. Kevin, I compete every time you throw it down to me.
You do. And you're a great competitor. D.A., it is an honor to be on this broadcast with you each and every game. And certainly Bridges one to watch. D.A., thanks. Here are the five for the Clippers. The guard spots filled by Jackson and George. Marcus Morris is out there with Ibaka. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Phoenix, Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. And Greg, at this point in the year, if your system overall doesn't seem to be working, how much can you really change before the offseason?
Well, usually a system change would come with a coaching change, but sometimes it's not the system. And sometimes you just need a different voice. And keep in mind, you also have to evaluate that roster and find out if the players on that roster are a good match for the system.
Now, here's Bridges. After the miss from Serge Ibaka, Paul passes to Crowder. Bridges, right side. It's hauled in by Los Angeles, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
Now Paul, following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. And it's Paul penetrating, and the basket is good.
So good with the handle is Chris Paul, putting the D on its heels.
Booker against George. Drives to the hoop. Outside for Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the 3 ball is good.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Oh, Ayton in position. Shot by Crowder, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And it's good for 2.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Ball against Jackson. Booker left side. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. Chance for another point at the free throw line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
No secret here, Brent. Devin Booker known for his offense, but his defense has come a long way as well.
Yeah, it's so funny when scorers come into the league and they score, and people are still critical of them. That's what happened to Devin Booker. And then he realized as the games became bigger and more important, how much the defensive end is going to help his team do the things he wants to do. And so he's taken that tune. He's decided to play defense. He's been much better over the course of the last 2 seasons.
Free throw good, Booker.
And, you know, Booker might have been a volume shooter at least early in his career, but now he's a legit #1 option for an offense.
Zubac finds George with the drive, and George with the stuff.
George in there just gliding through and makes a nice move on the drive.
To the paint, here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Greg, the efficiency for Booker has grown over the years.
and no longer forcing shots. Takes what's available to him, and I believe he can be the leading scorer on a championship caliber team.
Al Paul, after the missed three from Reggie Jackson. Paul kicks to Booker. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Booker's got his second basket of the night.
Booker playing very aggressive, constantly looking to score and not taking no for an answer.
Defended by Bridges. And he uses the glass on the layup.
An efficient scorer inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
The Suns have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Zubac against Ayton. Crowder the pass to Ayton. Four on the shot clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Some of the greatest shooters in the game always talk about being on balance. Booker does a great job there. Keeps his eyes on the prize.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another part of the game tonight where they've been effective is to get points in the paint.
Free throw good, Booker.
Big question mark was Ayton, and could he anchor a defense? He's answered those.
George against Booker. And it's George missing. Suns leading by 3. Bridges outside. Ayton trying to break free. Kicks it out to Paul. Ayton in the high post. The 3. And it's Paul missing. Well, Brent, you said it. Defense now a strength of what Ayton brings to the table.
Well, that was the point he had to prove, Kevin. As a big guy, what could he do? Every night, you know, if you're not getting the ball, down on the inside defensively on the interior, how can I impact the game? He's been patient with it. He's learned it. And now he's embraced the fact that he can make that kind of contribution.
Yeah, nice effort there in tracking down the long rebound.
Ball stolen. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Paul passes to Booker. And here's Crowder. Bridges outside. Paul surveying the floor. 6 to shoot. Ayton against Jackson. And there's Ayton, and that's good on the assist by Paul.
Now Chris Paul at his best right there on that kind of play. A legendary distributor who spots the open man.
The drive by Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. And Booker kicks to Paul. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. He takes it in. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
That's when Chris Paul kicks in that extra gear, 4th to 5th, and I love how he slips past the D on the drive.
Pass to Zubac. Here's Jackson. There's the pass to George. The shot goes down, and he gets this game back to even. George has got 7.
Well, an accurate three-point shooter. Paul George can get it going from distance.
Booker against George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
And a quick look at the numbers for Booker. 13th in scoring, 18th in three-point shooting, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Now, here's Bridges. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
That's pretty steady from Bridges. Does not let the contact throw him off one bit.
Booker against George. Knocked loose and taken away by Paul. Booker outside. Pass to Ayton. He kicks to Paul. Booker in the corner. And there it is for him.
Such a creative scorer as Devin Booker. Look at him just checking out the options and scoring that time.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And Chris Paul still a great defender. Fantastic position.
Well, not only the positioning, but if you watch Chris Paul, he's calling out every option of every play that every offense is running in the NBA. That kind of intelligence gives the rest of his group incredible confidence. From the very beginning, Chris Paul has been one of the most disruptive point guards defensively the league has ever seen.
So for the Suns, JaVale McGee's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Landry Shamet comes in for Devin Booker, and it's Payne in for Paul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Ibaka. Mann comes in for Ivica Zubac. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Now, here's Bridges, following the miss by Marcus Morris. And the shot's good from Crowder. Now it's a 6-point Phoenix lead.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Defended by Bridges. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 6.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Payne passes to McGee. The jump hook. That shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
Yeah, last game was pretty impressive stuff on that end of the floor, just getting up near shooters and blocking as many shots as they did.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
The first one falls.
He's just such a bulldog out there in terms of his mentality. Eric Bledsoe can get assertive, and when he does that, it raises the level of play for the entire team.
That one is no good. And so it's Crowder with it. They'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. It's a 3-point game. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
And it's Shamet with the rebound. Suns leading by 3. Puts one up from 19. And that one hits back iron.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's Bledsoe. Phoenix grabs the miss. Crowder feeling it out a bit. Pass to Shamet. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Bledsoe. Inside. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist from Eric Bledsoe.
Well, Bledsoe has been shown and known to be a scorer in this league, but he will play unselfish and made the right play there.
Now here's Crowder. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Bounce pass from Bridges. From 7. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Pass to Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers.
2 minutes.
McGee against Batum. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Suns leading. And there's the pass to Payne. A minute 42 left here in the first quarter. Back to Shamet. Over Kennard. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
Out to the right wing. Lets it fly from 18. There's JaVale McGee with the rebound. The Suns shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Crowder. Eric Bledsoe grabs the miss.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Payne, following the basket by Nicholas Batum. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Poke loose. McGee dishes to Payne. And there's the foul. It'll go on Terrence Mann. That's his first foul. Johnson, he's checked in for the Suns.
Coming onto the floor for your Suns, Cam Johnson.
Kicks to Payne. Shot clock at 5. Passes it to Crowder. They need this one. Good on the three-point shot. And the Suns lead by 2.
Quick and clean with that shot attempt as Shamet knocks it in.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Guarded by McGee. Pass to Mann. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. The shot that time not on target. Payne finds Johnson. Back to Payne. Fires from deep. He can't get that one. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be right back after this. And to begin his career, Devin Booker labored through half a decade of losing in Phoenix. And he opened up about what it means now to be on the other side.
That's what I've been waiting on. Playing competitive basketball, night in and night out. Keeping my head down, staying locked in and seeing tunnel vision, trying to play the right way through it all. I want to keep winning basketball games, and we have the culture and the foundation around here to make it happen.
They really do. Great to see his patience rewarded.
And so often, young players on losing teams can go astray. Credit Booker for staying solid through the adversity.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. They've got Landry Shamet, Jay Crowder out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Johnson, and it's Payne in at the 1. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has taken some heat in recent years. He says people get so caught up in what other folks think. I'm Paul George. I don't care to be anybody else. I am who I am. You love it or you don't. Simple as that. Guys, with his player on the floor, he has answered all of his critics.
He's certainly playing at an elite level. DA, thank you. Now here is McGee, following the miss by Marcus Morris.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Shots good by Bledsoe. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And here's Payne. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Now, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Here's Bledsoe. Rebound by the Suns. McGee's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Payne looking around. Pass to Johnson. Now here's Payne. Defense right on him. And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a bad turnover right there. But aside from that one, I think they've done a good job controlling the pace and the ball during the game.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. DeAndre Ayton's checked in for JaVale McGee. Devin Booker comes in for Crowder. And Paul subbed in for Payne. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Mann. Now here's Bledsoe. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Booker with no one around, and it hung on the rim but wouldn't fall for him. Clippers trail by 7. Now here's Kennard. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Here's George. And a miss there off the inbound. Phoenix leading by 7.
And for so long in Indiana, Paul George was that guy. But boy, I tell you, he's been a good sidekick the last few years.
Well, he's been amazing and continues to be a little bit undervalued in the way that people assume Paul George's offensive and defensive game as a collective and the way it impacts winning, especially playing alongside Kawhi Leonard. Didn't have to take as much of the offensive load if he didn't want to. But Paul George still gets it done.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles.
Coming onto the floor for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played, and the shot goes down.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
George against Ayton. George with the ball. No basket, missed number 5 out of his 8 shots.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Shamet the pass to Ayton. Here's Booker. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Jackson down low, defended by Paul. Poked away. Clock at 4. Jackson passes to Zubac. He kicks it to George. Misses the 3.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Ayton finds Shamet. Booker in the corner. Shoots over Zubac. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
Every time he gets going like this, somebody's going to talk about that 70-point game he had in Boston. It's not going to be me.
And the Clippers call time here. Well, they say great offense beats great defense, Brett. That never seemed truer than in today's NBA.
There's a much stronger connection between a team's offensive rating and their win percentage. And what's been incredible, Kevin, over the past couple seasons, that we have seen historic offenses. I mean, 2 years ago, the Dallas Mavericks had the best offense the league had ever seen. And last year, 5 teams were better than that Mavs team 2 years ago. So the analytics and the 3-ball, those have certainly changed the way that teams are attacking and scoring the basketball with the type of efficiency and impact they have in the past couple seasons.
On defense, the Suns. Defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
Now here's Booker. He picked up 33 points in their last win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Here's George following the score by Phoenix. And there's the foul. It's on Cameron Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. And back in the day, Greg, Allen Iverson got criticized for devaluing practice. Now we've got healthy players sitting out of games. Has load management gone too far, you think?
Not a practice, but a game. We got guys missing games, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. But honestly, I'm really all for load management in this regard. If I owned a team and I had to invest $200 million in a player, I want to do everything I can to prolong my investment. And the reality is we've got our stars playing at unprecedented lifts at higher levels later in their careers. So I'm all for doing what we can to prolong the careers of our very best players. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Now here's Booker. 14 points for him. Knocks it loose. Bridges shot. Good. Bridges has got his second bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Zubac kicks to Jackson. Outside for George. 6 on the shot clock. Driving inside. Back to Jackson. Another shot. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds in the game. There's the dish to Booker. Back to Ayton. Kicks it out to Booker. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
As a young, dynamic scorer, Devin Booker knows how to get his way against most defenders in the league.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Well, Booker still has some upside, one of the best young scorers that we've seen in the NBA in the last decade. He's already an established star, and the sky is the limit for this guy. Now he just wants more wins.
And so he makes both from the line.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
The pass to Kennard. Outside for Jackson. No good with the triple.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 11. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And we all know what George brings offensively. But it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
First free throw is good. And with Paul George in his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
good on the second, so he makes them both.
And you wonder if Paul George finally has a situation here where he could show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run. Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
And with Chris Paul, he makes this team work, gets the most out of his teammates, and has done that wherever he's played.
At the line for one.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Paul. As you said, Paul's teams often overachieve in the standings.
People still underestimate his impact. Sets up and improves his guys as well as anyone, and he's the engine to this whole operation.
And the Clippers call time here. Kind of like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
He continues to burn them with his scoring, and the coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
Ladies and gentlemen, your son's dancer.
George with the bounce pass. Jackson passes to George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got 17. Phoenix leading by 9. Johnson outside. Kicks it to Paul. Booker outside. Jackson against Ayton. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
George against Booker. Right side, George. To the right side. And Ibaka kicks to Kennard. From outside, off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
To the middle. And the rejection by Ibaka.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it.
Passes to Paul. Here's Ayton. Zubac's defending. Here's Paul. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night. Clippers trail by 13. George looking around.
And with Mikal Bridges, he's a player who knows his role and plays his role as well.
I think he's one of those guys who comes from a great system. He came into the league with incredible discipline and incredible awareness of where it is he can impact the game. And that's why you see the 3-and-D effect that Mikal Bridges has had on the NBA.
Throw good, Paul George.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Ayton. Crowder comes in for Johnson. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Devin Booker. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Serge Ibaka. Mann's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Payne dishes to Paul. Pass to Crowder. Back to Paul. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his second personal foul.
That one on George.
4th team foul.
Yeah, you just have to be careful when you're guarding Chris Paul. He's very, very clever getting to the free throw line.
The Suns have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Now, there's been a lot of stops in CP3's career, but there's been no doubt that when he's on the team, he is the vocal and emotional leader of their production.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Bledsoe looking around. Shot clock at 6.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Clippers ball.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Cans the shot from the wing. George has got 21.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Ball passes to McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now here's Bledsoe. The shot will not fall. Bridges with some nice defense.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
George against McGee. McGee with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. And here are the Clippers now. 15-point game. Pass to Batum. Bledsoe with it. And McGee picks him up defensively. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Batum. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Batum's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Here is Paul. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. A steal. Batum against Paul. Knocked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. .30 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's George. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. George has got 23.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Al Paul, 17 points in the game. And the pass to Payne. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Ty Lue. Coach, do you think your turnovers and struggles at the offensive end fuel their scoring?
Always. We turn the basketball over. It's hard for us to get back, get our defense set. So we got to do a better job taking care of the basketball and have a good shot selection.
We'll see what you can do to make that better as the game goes, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Chris Paul has been the story in this one. He ended up with 17 points, 5 assists, and 1 rebound. This has been a bounce-back game for him after some struggles their last time out. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
They scored very effectively. With the exception of ball movement and play calling, they were able to exploit multiple weaknesses. They've got to feel good about themselves running out to a huge lead.
And Shaq, your take on the Clippers?
And one of the main reasons they're down right now is because of their rebounding problems. They're getting outworked, outclassed, not bringing the intensity, not willing to get their hand dirty. They're playing like wimps.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Taking a look at Los Angeles, the guard spots filled by Jackson and George. Ibaka is out there with Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. Bridges shot, good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Zubac. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes it to George. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Jackson. Zubac with it. Chris Paul covering. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And that one, good.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
George passes to Zubac. Outside, George. Pass to Zubac to the wing right side. Clock at 6. Can they get it? That shot misses. The Suns go the other way with it. To the inside. Kicks it out to Paul. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Got a piece of it. An even 3-on-3 break. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Clippers ball.
And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Pass to Zubac. He kicks it to George. Defended by Bridges. Bridges with the steal. Now the pass to Paul. Now Booker. Oh, Ayton in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
As long as passes are in that area, Ayton's going to get up and go down.
Brett, you always want DeAndre Ayton to play more aggressively, don't you?
Well, it's when he's at his best, especially when he's down low and using his frame. He's kind of like, you know, this young kid that doesn't realize how big he is, but he's starting to understand how much his size can impact what he can do on both ends of the floor.
And the Clippers call time here.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Kicks it to George. Six on the shot clock. The Clippers keep it alive. And the dunk by Zubac.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Now, here's Paul. He's got 19. No good from Booker. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, guys. We have seen today's athletes taking stands for social justice. All-star Bradley Beal says, "We understand there will be a backlash, but we don't care about that. I'm a human being, a citizen, just like everybody else. I have family and friends still living in those environments, and I'm their voice." Kevin?
All right, David, thank you very much. And here is Los Angeles now. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Tipped away. Bridges with the steal. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Booker looking around. Just 5 to shoot. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Booker's got 18 points in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. And Phoenix making a change here. Shamet's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Kennard's checked in. He feeds it to Jackson. Over Paul. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Here's Ayton. And here is Shamet. He's got 6. Ball's knocked loose. Paul George with the steal.
Well, he played a seamless first half, but in the second half, some poor decisions right here. He continues to throw the ball away.
And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Passes it to Shamet. Booker against George. Booker left side. From 13, kept alive. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Good idea to make Ayton earn it at the line because he's a menace in the paint. Don't let him get that shot off.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
Another thing they've done well tonight is to share the basketball. So many of their buckets have just been off crisp offensive sets, setting up their shooters.
And the first one at the line is good.
2018, the first name called in the draft was one DeAndre Ayton out of Arizona. This guy is going to be around for a long time.
Ayton hits them both. Clippers have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Pass to Ibaka. Here's George. Off target from three-point range.
And I wouldn't put it past them guys to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. That's tipped. Paul with the steal. Now, here's Shamet. 6 points for him. All up top, Shamet finds Paul. Now here's Booker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Well, if Booker gets that kind of room out there, he's got the green light. He's had it since he came in the league.
Now here's Jackson. 5 points in the game. Pass to George. Trying to get something going. He takes it up and lays it in. George has got 25 points.
Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
Kicks it out to Booker. Paul, right side. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
That's why Chris Paul is so special, is because he can just navigate around pick and rolls, find open areas, and there's just no defense for that.
Now, here is George. 25 points in the game. Ibaka lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Ibaka's got his first bucket of the night.
Now they're playing working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Kennard against Paul. Feeds it to Booker. 5 on the clock. Ayton kicks to Shamet. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
George with the ball. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game.
And Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession.
And Ayton throws it down.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like a Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Jackson passes to Zubac. He dishes it to George. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target with his 3. Phoenix has gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Here's Crowder. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And it's 6 points for Jay Crowder.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Now, here's Zubac. He gets that one. Zubac has got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
Booker against George. The tray. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. Kennard on the wing. Defended by Crowder. Ibaka in the post. No good that time. Phoenix has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Booker outside. Going inside. It's hauled in by Zubac. LA's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Jackson. He's got 5. Now George. They get it back. Ibaka. Some solid defense from Ayton.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Booker against Zubac. The feed now to Ayton. And Ayton gets double-teamed. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
LA ball.
Phoenix making some changes. JaVale McGee comes in for Booker. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Chris Paul. And then for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubac. Mann comes in for Luke Kennard. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Jackson.
2 minutes.
Bledsoe outside. He kicks it to Batum. Just 5 on the clock. The pass to Ibaka. And stolen by Payne. 1:35 left in the third quarter of the game. Poked loose. Batum with the steal. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. It's Bledsoe on the wing. Shoots over McGee. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Now here's Payne. He's got 5. 5 to shoot. Trying to end the drought. That one misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Mann. He's covered by Ayton. McGee with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Bridges, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Marcus Morris is checked in for Serge Ibaka. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. They get a hand on it. And here is Shamet. 9 points in the game so far. Passes it to McGee. Here's Crowder. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Batum.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 6 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. From deep, George. That shot missing. Gets it off. No good that time. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Suns ahead, running away with it. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Suns, the forwards for them, Bridges and Johnson. Cameron Payne is out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's McGee in at the 5 down low. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Offensive rebound. Here's Johnson. And another shot. McGee dishes to Johnson. And it's McGee slamming it down. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Now here's Bledsoe. And the shot goes in.
Well, we've seen Bledsoe get more active from that area, looking assured, controlled. He knows he can score from there.
Here's Payne. Over Bledsoe. The offensive rebound. McGee goes to the reverse layup and pops it in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And there's a whistle. It goes on Mikal Bridges.
First team.
That'll be his second foul of the game. Smith checked in for Phoenix.
Jalen Smith.
And Batum kicks to Bledsoe. Pass to man. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Good. Hartenstein's got his first bucket in this one.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
And good that time.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And Marcus Morris with the three.
And there aren't many players more reliable from three-point range than he is, especially when the D's playing off him like that.
Now here's Payne. And Greg, a lot of new head coaches stepping into this season. How does a first-year coach come in and win over a locker room?
I mean, Kevin, that's a great question, and I think there's a combination of confidence and humility that one has to have. And I think, believe it or not, the most important trait, you got to be consistent. Your message cannot waver. It cannot fluctuate. That's one way that you will lose a locker room.
And there's the foul. It's on Cameron Johnson.
Second team foul.
That's foul number 2 for him.
Coming onto the floor for the Clippers, P.J. Boston, Keon Johnson.
Here's Bledsoe. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. 2 on the clock. Fires the 3. Rebounded by McGee. Phoenix has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Batum with the steal. Pass to Bledsoe. On the wing, Johnson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Clippers, Keon Johnson. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And now that we've gotten a taste of it, Greg, what do you think of the play-in tournament?
I love it. I mean, it definitely has some pros and cons, and you want to keep as many teams as possible engaged down the stretch, but it's a long season, and for some teams, it just got a little bit longer.
Both shots good from the stripe. It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by Johnson.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Nick Batum, he can kind of give you a bit of everything on the wing, a true jack of all trades.
It's interesting, GA, because that versatility is what got him a long-term contract to play in Charlotte for a number of years. And now coming full circle, he's back to that versatile play around other guys who are star players. That's what makes him so valuable to any club he plays with now.
Now here's Payne, guarded by Bledsoe. Payne kicks to Payton. We've heard the calls for more diversity among head coaches, Greg. With the turnover this offseason came a lot of opportunity.
And Kevin, that's really what it's all about, right? The league's values of diversity and inclusion have been really pushed to the forefront. And I think that's one reason why our game is so popular globally, because it is so inclusive. This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Line for the Clippers, PJ Boston, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And the Suns making a change here. Nader's checked in. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for the Clippers. And so he hits both. Now here's Payton. The pass to Payne. Here's Nader. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Winslow against Smith. Winslow with it. There's the drive. That one, no good. Johnson against Payton. And Brent, you played for the Spurs, who pioneered player rest. More and more teams have followed that suit over the seasons, calling it load management, even risking fines. Any concern with the way things are done?
I understand the fans' complaint, to think about being a 10-year-old boy or girl and LeBron James is coming to your city and it's a load management day and he's not playing. And so the league understands it. It understands it from its broadcast partners and the way that they want the star players to be involved in every game that they play. And they've tried to adjust the schedule and moved it around a little bit, doing away with back-to-backs. I think it'll be a constant battle, but the organizations are investing in these players, and health is their #1 issue. They want them to play as many games for as long as they can at an elite level. So we'll see how it goes in the next couple of years.
Here's Winslow. After Keon Johnson's bucket, Hartenstein can't get it to go. Payton outside. No good on that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Up top, Batum. Payne covering. A shot by Batum, no good. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Into the lane. Here's Johnson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And with so many entertainment options these days, Brent, the NBA not shy, innovating to attract and retain viewers. Where do you sit with that? Keep it the same or be creative?
Well, I think the league does a great job of being creative, and I think that Adam Silver does a really good job of not just being a leader, but being a listener. And there's tremendous participation between the Players Association and the commissioner and the ownership group to continue to press the way that the game is played, try to innovate in the way that the game is broadcast, and it'll continue to do those sort of things to draw in the fans that love this game and are invited to that kind of competition.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Ayton, he's checked in for Smith. Jay Crowder comes in for Nader. Booker, he's checked in for Cameron Payne. And Paul's subbed in for Payton. And the second free throw, good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Passes to Ibaka. Dishes it to Jackson. Johnson against Batum. Here's Ibaka. Los Angeles with another miss. Phoenix has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Pass to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And Ayton gets double-teamed. The three from Johnson. The Clippers grab the miss.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Batum. Count it, good.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Suns leading by 23. Paul outside. Pass to Booker. And Spurs great Tim Duncan recently inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, and you played with him, Brent, for a handful of seasons. You won a couple rings. Any reflections?
Well, Tim was such a tremendous teammate and so welcoming to every player that he came across that walked into a Spurs locker room with the inherent trust he had from Coach Popovich that they were going to invite players that were going to come in and be about the right things. I just remember my first time visiting San Antonio, signing as a free agent, and the first person that I saw in the summer in the gym by himself shooting bank shots on the practice floor was one Tim Duncan. What a leader and what an all-time great.
The Suns making a switch here. Bridges checks in. Down low.
Ayton up there just to drop it in and take some of that rim with him.
The Clipper shooting struggle is apparent. 37% from the field. Jackson with the bounce pass. Ibaka finds George. Back to Ibaka. There's the pass to Zubac. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Phoenix has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Nader. Payton against Johnson. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Johnson. And last season, All-Stars Greg missing 19% of their available games. With the shortened off-seasons, are you concerned about the toll it takes?
You are, but this off-season maybe not as painfully short as the last one. And in these tough times, some sacrifices are made, no doubt. Health, perhaps, one of the biggest.
Now here's Winslow. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Clippers ball.
Outside for Jackson. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Hartenstein. Over Payton. No good off the back of the rim. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Pass to Shamet. Back to Payton. And it's blocked. Now Johnson.
2 minutes remaining.
And there's the pass to Hartenstein. Brent, as someone with on-court and front office experience, just how valuable is a good relationship, do you think, between the players and a team's executive leadership?
Well, Kevin, I don't think it's much different than a good friendship. You know, take it away from the court and think about things in your life that impact you. It's somebody that shows that they care for you beyond what it is that you bring to the table. And that's the most important part about earning and trying to gain trust with the players that you bring into any program, is that you want to let them know that you care, and you want to let them know that you have interest in them as people first. And if you can get to that point, that foundation and platform to build out a player and to have him grow with the organization, that's a priceless relationship.
Inside, just 5 to shoot.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Suns.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And as we've come to expect, another big game tonight and an impressive exhibit
for Chris Paul.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Here's Payton, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Pass to Shamet. Here's Nader. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Pass to Payton, puts up a 3, buries the long-range jumper.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
And here's Winslow, following the three-pointer from Elfrid Payton. Here's Hartenstein. That one goes. Count it.
Assist goes to P.J. Boston.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. It was just our defense. Obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
When the referees are looking, you have to have clear and conclusive evidence to overrule a play, so you don't really want to challenge some of these 50-50 calls that could go either way. I could see a foul there. I could definitely not see a foul.
It's not a situation where you want to burn your only challenge in the game.
Yeah. If the Rockets keep competing and playing as hard as they can against a short-handed defense team, this is going to be a close game.
Rockets still missing Şengün out of the front frame. Armani Brooks still out. Health and safety protocols, as is Garuba and Jerome. Here's Green for 3. Rebound to Tate. And with the shot clock off. Oh, wow. It's basically identical to the shot clock. Tate final shot in the first half. Over to Dr. Wood. And he puts it up there.
Wow, no handling there. Thank you, Jason Tate. He made that play happen.
Kuzma, good if it goes. Another air ball. It does not. And halfway home, the Wizards have a 1-point lead at 55-54. The Rockets got off to that great start, led by as many as 12, but right now are in a battle in our nation's capital. Again, as a reminder, by Toyota.
The KFC chicken sandwich is only served one way, straight from the fryer, piping hot, and Kentucky Fried to order. If you don't like it this way, you'll have to go somewhere else. KFC, it's finger looking good.
USAA is made for the safe pilots. For Mac, who can come to a stop with barely a bottle. Lucia, who announces her intentions even if no one's there. And Sergeant Moore, who leaves room for her room. With USAA Safe Pilot, when you drive safe, you can save up to 30% on your auto insurance. Get a quote and start saving. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
I turned my astrology gift into a business, which I'm sensing will require getting some help.